Hello everybody, welcome once again. Today we're going to be looking at the renewal SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Decade NeoDecadriver version.
Henshin. Kamen Rider. Decay. Hey.
Fatality.
Thanks for tuning in. Check out the channel for figure videos and reviews. You like, maybe subscribe. Hit the bell, otherwise YouTube won't tell you I uploaded jack shit. And feel free to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now, once again, I have gotten this guy from Collectibles.com, and they shipped this guy real fast. Got it within, a couple of days within paying the final payment on him. Regardless, here it is. Collectibles always comes through in a pinch. They even threw in this really nice candy over here with Kamen Rider 01 on it. So yeah, I really have to check out that show ASAP. Anyways, here you have it, Tamashii Web exclusive, of course. It's the renewal figure, very much in the similar vein as the original Kamen Rider Decade renewal. Only really minor differences here, but we're going to take a look at that real quickly, and I'll show you guys what this one includes as opposed to and what it's missing from the original release. So with that, let's just take a look at the brown shipper box. Everything looks pretty good here. Yeah, open it up. And there you go. That is the new box for the NeoDecadriver version. And let's just take a look at the original box here on the right hand side so you can get a good look at the differences here. Only differences you'll see here on the box is, of course, you get a different angle of Kamen Rider Decade's figure art here, and you get, the extra Tamashii Seal of Quality sticker, as well as the updated logos for Bandai Spirits and the 20 Kamen Rider Kicks version logo as well. So everything else looks pretty much the same. Of course it says NeoDecadriver version on it, and on the back you get a look here at some of the promotional shots and of course the fine print that nobody really cares about. So let's get him open and check out. I love Kamen Rider Decade, arguably my favorite Kamen Riders in general, so you know what, it is what it is. I had to have them. Alright, so there's some instructions here with all the attachments that he comes with that you can check out. Everything looks pretty good here. Alright, set that aside. Of course, on the inside of the box you get a nice little, I don't know what that is, I can't read that. Anyways, moving on, set that aside. Check him out in the box, baby. One thing I love about these Shinkocchou, Seihou, or whatever the hell you say it, the renewal figures, is that they have such a premium feel to them, and it's reflected in their accessories and in their price tag. Now that we got him out of his box, let's take a look at the paint details and sculpt of this guy. And if you've owned the previous release, back there, you pretty much know what to expect here. It's the same exact sculpt, very minor differences, mainly being the NeoDecadriver, which we'll get into in the accessories. You're pretty much getting the same exact figure, for better, not for worse, because this is one of the best releases they've ever made, and the fact that people now have a chance to pick him up again if you missed out on the original release, with only minor differences in the accessories, which we'll get into, of course, this is a no-brainer for fans of Kamen Rider Decade. The sculpt work here is phenomenally done. It is simply gorgeous of a figure. What I love about Kamen Rider Decade is that he just kind of stands out amongst the crowd. It's just his design and the use of magentas and blacks and whites. It's really an attractive design, in my honest opinion. So I want to take a closer look. So for the head sculpt, everything looks beautiful here. Of course, the compound eyes look simply gorgeous. That little gem here on the forehead looks great. All the silvers being used as well as the blacks get the job done. Can't really complain there. Moving down the body, you of course get the panel lining of white as well as that black stripe going right through the middle of it. The muscle details are nicely done as well. Chest looks great, shoulder pads look wonderful, as well as the arms and hands. Moving down the waist here, you got the NeoDecadriver, which looks beautiful, of course. Given the size, they managed to nail those little icons there for the other Kamen Riders. So that's really great. Moving down the rest of the figure, all that magenta looks wonderful. Can't really complain here. And down to the feet, everything looks good, as well as the soles, which give that nice little barcode design there. So in terms of paint details and sculpt, this figure is phenomenal. The original release was phenomenal, and this one is simply stunning. Moving on to the articulation. Well, Kamen Rider Decade can move really well, and since this is the Shinkocchou Seihou release, of course it's gonna have that updated true bone sculpt here, so you're gonna get a lot of nice articulation for Kamen Rider Decade. You get to move the head down and everything. Arms can go up a real good amount with the shoulder pad not getting in the way at all. You get that butterfly joint as well, a swivel at the bicep, which is great, double bend at the elbow, as well as a swivel hinge for that ball joint on the wrist. Everything is great there. Moving down to the waist, you can get him to bend forward a really good amount and bend backwards equal amounts. Greatness. Down to the legs, everything checks out here. You can do the splits with him if you so desire. You can get him to kick forward that much, kick back a good amount, not too much honestly, but you're not really going to want to. You get some thigh swivel here, which is great, double bend at the knee, which is wonderful, as well as rotation at the ankle. Move forward that much, move back that much, toe hinge as well, and a pretty decent ankle pivot. A lot of articulation here for this guy, and you're gonna get him in some pretty sick ass poses if you ask me. Oh yeah, Decade. Now in terms of accessories, we have a good amount of hands here, optional hand pieces of course, as you would expect. With a release like this, you get the closed fist, clenched hands, the open splayed out hands, hands to hold his cards, pair of hands to hold his ride booker in gun or sword form. He also has another pair of hands very similar, but for some reason or another I can't figure out for the life of me what exactly these are for. He also has his ride booker in its book form, which can open and close just like in the show, and it also has a peg on the side so it could attach to his belt. He also has the ride booker in gun form and the ride booker in sword form. Do be careful, it's pretty sharp. He also has the retracted, he also has the open Decadriver base, so if you want to attach the Decadriver to it and make it look like he's about to put a card in it, you can do so. Another difference you're going to notice is the amount of cards that this Decade comes with. Obviously, he comes with more cards to reflect all the Kamen Riders that have come after his show. So from double all the way up to GO. Everything else is the same exact thing from the original release. And the biggest difference, of course, being the NeoDecadriver itself. Yes, you can note the differences here. Obviously, the NeoDecadriver has more icons on it based off the previous Kamen Riders that preceded and succeeded Decade, as well as the color differences. Other than that, the function is pretty much the same. Fortunately, this NeoDecadriver version does not come with the violent emotion head that the original sculpt did come with, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to get that option. But if you do have the original release, you're in luck because it's backwards compatible and you can just swap the heads out. So yeah, I mean, sucks, but it is there if you have the original release. Moving on to size comparisons, here we have him with the SH Figuarts Renewal Kamen Rider Agito, the Figma Metroid Prime 3 Corruption Samus Aran, Bring Arts 2B 2.0, and the Marvel Legends Beta Ray Bale. With a suit-accurate sculpt with a good amount of accessories and fantastic engineering, the NeoDecadriver version of Decade is a welcomed addition to my collection. And when it all comes down to it, this release, or re-release, is going to appeal mostly to those who are hardcore Decade fans, like myself, or for those who missed out on the first renewal. If you fall into either of those categories, you pretty much get the general gist of it. I highly suggest that you pick this one up. Kamen Rider Decade is a hot seller and a very popular character, and I'm sure the prices on this release is going to skyrocket soon, so I definitely suggest you hunt him down. Try tocollectibles.com like I did. If you can't find him on there, try Mandarake. They're the best import site that I use. And yeah, this guy is a no-brainer. Fantastic release. Definitely suggest you guys pick him up. So with that, thanks for watching everybody. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Collect everything, connect everything. The end card will be popping up with some other videos you might be interested in, so check them out.